turned cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick. The crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder as the ceiling flew away. When we called out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray. And so it was a later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghosty turned the wider shade of pale.
Hey vinyl community, it's Michael. Welcome back to Near Wild Heaven. In case you don't know what was playing in the background, this is Procol Harum and their song Whiter Shade of Pale. Great album by a great British band. You all know this, it's just a fantastic album. So today's video is going to be 15 albums of prog rock. It's something I haven't done in a while. I mean, I've shown prog albums, but I've never done a video where I just show all prog. So just jump right into it. And first up, this is Amon Duul II, Wolf City. This is really good. This stuff is kind of known as krautrock, but it's progressive rock. It's German progressive rock, and it is amazing. It is a really good album. Some of the songs on here, Surrounded by the Stars, Jailhouse Frog, the title song, Wolf City is really good. Green Bubble, Raincoated Man, Sleepwalker's Timeless Bridge. Great stuff from Amon Duul. Really good progressive rock from Germany. This came out in 1972, and these guys have been around since like 68, 67 maybe. But yeah, great album from Amon Duul II, Wolf City. And up next, this is Can, Future Days. This is great. Can is one of my favorite progressive rock bands. They're another one that's referred to as krautrock because they're from Germany. But man, this album is so good. All their albums, I like everything that Can does. They're just amazing. This features this guy right here, Damo Suzuki. This is the last album he was on with them. After this, they didn't replace the singer. They just went on as a four-piece. But yeah, this album is great. There's so much good stuff on here. Find the song titles. Oh yeah, and this is also on a gold vinyl. But songs like Future Days, title song is really good. Moonshake, there's 3 songs on this side, on side 1. And there's 1 song on side 2 called Bel Air. But yeah, it's fantastic prog album, krautrock, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Can is one of the best. If I can get this in here. Yeah, Can, Future Days, one of the best German progressive bands around. So check them out if you don't know about them. And up next, This is Colosseum, The Grass is Greener. This is a US version of this album. The British and European version is called Jumping Off the Sun. But I think this was also remixed for the US record buyers, I guess. But yeah, this is fantastic. This is really, really good. I just love this album. It's just so good. They do songs like Jumping Off the Sun, Lost Angeles, Elegy, Buddy's Blues, Rope Ladder to the Moon, Bolero, Machine Demands a Sacrifice, and The Grass is Greener. But great stuff from Colosseum. I think this was their first album, but I'm not sure. But yeah, really good stuff. Colosseum, The Grass is Greener. Up next, this is Captain Beyond, Sufficiently Breathless. This is their second album. I showed their first album not too long ago, the one with the 3D cover, and that one's like more hard rock, but this one, it still has some of the hard rock elements to it, but it seems to be going off on like a progressive sound. But yeah, this is a great album. Really good stuff on here. Songs like Bright Blue Tango, Sufficiently Breathless, Drifting in Space, Evil Men, Starglow Energy, Voyages of Past Travelers, all of it's really good. Captain Beyond, Sufficiently Breathless. And that cover is just wild. And look at that. There's a devil there, there's some weird space creature there, another weird space creature. Just really interesting artwork there on the back. But yeah, great album. Captain Beyond, Sufficiently Breathless. And up next, this is Graaf Generator, The Least We Can Do Is Wave to Each Other. This was from, I'm not sure, I think it's like 1969. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, Graaf Generator was a German progressive rock band. Very eccentric, kind of unusual styles that they use in their music, but just so good. Songs like Darkness, Refugees is a great song, White Hammer, Whatever Would Robert Have Said, Out of My Book, and After the Flood. But yeah, great stuff from Graaf Generator. I got a lot of their albums. I really like this band a lot, and this album is fantastic. If you don't know about Graaf Generator, check them out. Great prog band from the 70s. And up next, this one is kind of hard to describe. This is Comus, and the title of their album is First Utterance. I'll give you the full effect here. Yeah. But this is kind of, I don't really know how to describe this. It'd be like progressive folk, maybe. Because it does have kind of a folky element to it, but it's also very very instrumental, and they use a lot of like unusual instruments like dulcimers and harpsichords and of course keyboards and stuff like that. But yeah, it's hard to explain. I do like this album. The first time I heard it, it was like, I don't know about this. But after listening to it a few more times, it started to grow on me. And it's just really hard to describe. I don't know what else to say about this. The only thing I can say is if you're curious about it, stream it, listen to it, and make up your own mind. But I really like this album now. Like I said, when I first heard it, it wasn't that impressive to me, but it's grown on me since then. I've had this for about 6 months. But yeah, I really do like this. The Comus First Utterance. And up next, I've got to take this off. But up next, this is Yes, Close to the Edge. This was from 1972. I saw them for this album. It was one of the first concerts I went to. It was at the Akron Rubber Bowl in the summer of 1972. It was a fantastic show. It had Rick Wakeman on keyboards and Bill Buford on drums. So yeah, just great stuff. Great cover by Roger Dean, and the songs on here are like Close to the Edge, great. The Solid Time of Change, I Get Up, I Get Down, Seasons of Man, and You and I, which was the single from here, Lord of Life, Eclipse, The Preacher and the Teacher. All of it's pretty good. I really like this period of Yes, from the early 70s through about to Topographical Oceans, I think, or Tormato. Those albums, that's about where I gave up on Yes. But their earlier albums, their first 5 albums or so, are just fantastic. And this one's no different. It's a great album from Yes, Close to the Edge. And up next, this is Pink Floyd. I want to call this Animals, and it's not Animals. It's Atom Heart Mother. But yeah, great album from Pink Floyd. I know they were usually thought of as a psychedelic band, at least for their first 2 or 3 albums, but this album they were getting more experimental, and originally what they wanted to do was they wanted to make this album with using no instruments but just like regular household items. They wanted to, that was the original concept. And I guess they experimented with it, made a few tracks like that, and it didn't seem to work out for them. So they went the other way and did this album. And it's a great album. A lot of people kind of overlook this album because of Dark Side of the Moon and then like Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Those albums are more popular. So I think this one gets kind of overlooked. But great stuff on here. The songs like Father Shout, Breast Milky, Funky Dung, Mind Your Throats Please, Summer 68, Fat Old Son. I have a bootleg that has a live version of that song, Fat Old Son. Man, is it good. And the last track on here is Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. But yeah, great stuff from Pink Floyd. Everybody knows this. A lot of people probably have this. But great stuff from Pink Floyd, Atom Heart Mother. Up next, this is The Nice, Ars Longa Vita Brevis. This, of course, has oh no, it doesn't. I'm sorry, I thought this was the one that had America on it, but that was the other album. This has like classical type song on side 2 titled Ars Longa Vita Brevis. Ars Longa Vita Brevis. is titled Side 2, and it's all like classically influenced. And but yeah, it's really good with Keith Emerson on keyboards. The guitarist from the first album, his name was Davey O'List. He is left by this album, so we're down to a 3-piece. But yeah, great stuff from the Nice. Ars Longa Vita Brevis. If you like classical music mixed with your rock, check this one out. Pretty good stuff. And up next, this is Peter Hammill, Fool's Mate. Peter Hammill was the lead singer for the band Graaf Generator, from the album I showed earlier, and he did some solo stuff, and this one's pretty good. It sounds similar to what Graaf Generator was doing at the time. This came out in 1972, and it's on the famous Charisma label. I love that label with the Mad Hatter. Great looking label there. But yeah, just great stuff. Like I said, very similar to what Graaf Generator was doing at the time, but he does songs like Imperial Zeppelin is really good, Candle, Vision, Reawakening, Summer Song in the Autumn, The Birds. I once wrote some poems. Just great stuff. Kind of a eccentric personality and weird lyrics and stuff like that, but just really enjoyable. I really like Graaf and Peter Hammill. Just always put out some really good, interesting albums. But this one is Fool's Mate from 1972. And up next, this is King Crimson, Larks, Tongue, and Aspic. This is a later version of King Crimson from 1973. It features Bill Bruford, who was also in Yes, and John Wetton on bass and vocals, and David Cross on violin, viola, and mellotron. But this period of King Crimson is just, I love this period. I mean, the albums they came out with at this time, this album and Red is really good, and the live album 1974, they're all just fantastic. It's like really good prog rock. But some of the songs like Lark's Tongue and Aspic Part 1, Book of Saturdays, Exiles, Easy Money, The Talking Drum, and Lark's Tongues in Aspic Part 2. But great stuff from King Crimson from 1973. And up next, this is Genesis, Foxtrot. This was their third album, I believe, or fourth album. This is from 1972. Features Peter Gabriel. He was still in the band at this time. But this is fantastic. I love this era of Genesis. All the albums they made with Peter Gabriel, all of them are just great. I love every one of them. And this is probably my favorite one. But the songs on here, like Get 'Em Out by Friday, Timetable, Watcher of the Skies, that's a great song. And side 2 is like a little mini opera, and it's called Supper's Ready. And it takes up all of side 2, and it's great. And I've seen videos of them performing this, the Supper's Ready suite. And man, it is so good to see that live. So check it out if you don't know about it. Genesis, Foxtrot. This is when Genesis was more of a progressive rock band. They weren't trying to be a top 40 band or anything like that. But yeah, great stuff from Genesis, Foxtrot. Just a few more here. Up next, this is Jane and Jane 3. This is another German progressive band. This one, they don't have like keyboards or anything like this. It's all electric acoustic guitar, a Leslie guitar, piano is on here, like on one song, and just bass guitar and drums, you know. But it doesn't sound like a contemporary rock band. It sounds more like I said, prog rock. But the guitar on here is just fantastic. It's really good. I'd really like to check out some more of their albums, but I just never see them. And just by chance, a couple years ago, I found this one. But I've never seen any since then. But yeah, pretty good stuff. If you don't know about Jane, check them out. Great band, Jane 3 from 1975. And up next, this is Atomic Rooster. In Hearing of Atomic Rooster, great album from them. This features John Ducan on guitar, and here he goes by the name of just John Can. But that guy has been in like hundreds of bands. I mean, he's unbelievable. But yeah, just great stuff on here. There's Breakthrough, Break the Ice, Decision, Indecision, A Spoonful of Bromide Helps the Pulse Rate Go Down, Black Snake, Head in the Sky, The Rock, and The Price. But yeah, great stuff from Atomic Rooster. I have a lot of their other albums. A fantastic band, really good prog band. Atomic Rooster, In Hearing of. And then the last one here, this is Aphrodite's Child, 666. Fantastic album, great stuff. This is based on the Apocalypse of John 3:18. So a lot of the stuff was taken from the Bible, but this is just a great album. Songs like Babylon, The Four Horsemen, The Seventh Seal, Aegean Sea, Seven Bowls, Lament, The Beast, Seven Trumpets, Altamont, and Break. But so good. Just really, it kind of borders on the psychedelic sound, but it's mostly prog rock. But it's a great album, and it's on the Vertigo Swirl is the original inner sleeve to it, and this was in there too, some kind of postcard. But yeah, great album. And if you don't know about Aphrodite's Child, you know, check this album out. It is so good. I highly recommend this album. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks to everyone who leaves comments. Thanks to everyone who subscribes. And I guess it'll do it for this week. Everybody take care and hope you have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.